Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. 1 minute. So yesterday's gold hit our take profit. Let's see what we have got. Okay, okay. So yesterday's trade was here. Price took out the liquidity and started to go up from here. So it broke the high, and again I took another trade which took out the low, structure break. This move also was caught live. So let's see what we have right now. Also on BTC, yesterday I gave this trade. Price broke the structure and went to the upside. So this was one trade which hit the take profit, which was the next high. So here from here, price started to go down. Ethereum, I didn't give any trade yesterday on Ethereum. Let's see. GBP USD, yesterday I gave, hit the take profit, another now. Now also on the news, it went to the upside. USD CHF went to the downside, but again, it broke the second low, but it failed to go to the downside. USD CAD went to the upside, so this was also given yesterday. GU, GA, GA was also shared. GBP CAD, price missed our entry on GBP CAD. Right now, price is tapping this POI. So if you go to structure has been mitigated, but let's see if we got any entry here. This is order block in 5 minutes. Price took out the liquidity, broke the structure. Price is creating a train line liquidity. Wait for a candle confirmation, then only look for entry. Stop loss below this low. Target is the next high, which is this one. There's another order block over here. Price is continuing creating liquidity, so it's creating higher high. It's creating a channel over here, which is a train line liquidity. So it's showing the momentum is still to the upside. If you go to 30 minutes, then this is a 30-minute swept liquidity, which has been swept out. So this is our strong low. We can use this for our entry, and we can target the next. If continues, then we'll target the next order block, which is this one, this area. Or 1:5. Also look for EU. We can look, but it's consolidating. So this is the trade. Order block to the left side. So I think yesterday I also shared this order block. There was breakout block below this level. It took out the low and swept the liquidity from upside. Here the same thing. Price swept this low order block, continued sweeping the liquidity, and it should continue. But because of news, it's consolidating. Let's see where it goes. The DXY, it's going to the downside, but it will sweep some kind of liquidity. So this is the DXY. If this continues to upside, then probably price will hit our stop loss on EU. So I entered up before the news over here. It will break the stop loss now. Let's look for another direction now. Right. Gold. Okay. If you look at 4 hour, then on 30 minutes we can see price have mitigated this order block, and we have this 30-minute POI, which is this one. We have the next order block as a target, this order block. So I'll remove everything from this chart. Okay, I've cleared the chart. So let's try to understand the structure. So price took out the liquidity from all these lows, and it's continuing to the upside from here. If you go to 30 minutes, then we have this 30-minute breakout structure. It's with a wick, but it's still a breakout structure. And we have this order block which took out the low. So this is an order block, stop loss below this low. So it took out the liquidity from previous low and broke the structure. So stop loss will be below this low. We can look for entry, stop loss above this low, and we can target the next area, which is this one. This is the area which we can target. So if you go to lower time frame, we can refine this order block. So let's go to lower time frame. So this order block has been mitigated, but let's see. So there is this order block and there is this breaker block to the downside. So there is high probability it will tap from this area. High probability it will tap this order block. On CADJPY, we can see the order block here, which broke the structure, price reacted, it took out the liquidity, and now it's going to the upside. So we can trade this breakout. Let's try to catch this move to the upside now. So there is an order block to the left side from here. Let's wait for price to react from this order block and then it should break the structure to the upside. Please hit the like button. We had news at 7:30. We had news at 6 o'clock, 5:45. CADJPY looks perfect for me. It took out the liquidity and it's continuing to the upside, so it's rejecting from this area. We can look for sell, but it's very risky, I think, because of it have taken the liquidity. And if you look at 4 hour, the structure is to the upside. Structure is to the upside. We can see this 4 hour candle took out the liquidity and it's continuing. So we want to catch this move when it goes to the upside. Okay, the momentum is coming in. Let's wait for price to break this high so we can trade this breakout. BTC, okay, let's see. BTC, if you look at higher time frame, then it's going to downside. It have reacted from this sort of block. So let's look for downside trade. So this order block has been already tapped. We can look for continuation trade. So let's wait for price to break this low and this low. If this continues to downside, then we can look for. So if you look at the structure, price created this high and this higher high. And if price breaks the structure, create some kind of liquidity, then we can look for sell from here only. We don't have to wait for price to do something. Just make sure there will be liquidity after this sort of block. After the structure break, we can target the next low, something like this. 1:5, very easy. So this is a future order block, we can say. So we want price to break this and this. If you look at 50-minute time frame, this 50-minute order block over here. Wait for price to break this low, and then you can trade this move to the downside. There's another zone over here which is above this area for sell, which is this one. This one, which took out the liquidity. If price does not break this, then we can look for sell. But I'm still not sure from this area. We can look for a change of pattern. Right now, at this moment, this is looking good. There is no Discord, but you can join the Telegram channel. I'll share the link. Price tapped our entry and it's going to the upside now. Let's wait for another entry now. Price have already tapped. I was looking for CADJPY breakout. I was looking for CADJPY breakout. Till then, I forgot that there is a move on gold, and now it will continue to the upside from this on order block only. So we can target the next. Let's see how this goes. I am not in this trade, but I just want to see my analysis if it's correct or not. Why are my funding tips different than my trading view? Because the trading view does not have any data. It takes from brokers. So this data is from FXCM. So this is FXCM. If you search any broker's name, let's say Euro USD, there will be multiple. So if you search any broker's name, then you will see there is a slight difference in the chart. So let's say Euro USD. Here there are multiple brokers. So you can check which one matches your broker. You can say a lot of brokers are there. Okay, till here. From here, like Kraken, ESP, Go Markets, Paradox, Velocity, Swiss Court, Philip Nova. You can look for a candle confirmation. I usually wait for price to create a second candle. That's when I enter. If it continues to the downside, then we can look for re-entry. Re-entry means first entry, not re-entry. The simple thing is like if you're looking and if you're trading the trend, then you can look for direct entries. But if you're trading a reversal, let's say change of pattern, then you can look for uh, confirmation entry. Solo. Hello. I don't know, bro. You should check yourself. Why are you live then if you can't help? I'm not your servant, bro. You don't owe me anything. Okay, the moment is coming in. Momentum is coming in on CADJPY. UJ is going to the upside. So if you look at 30 minutes, then price have induced the structure. If you go to 4 hour, price took out the liquidity, then broke the structure, gives a change of character. Here, price also swept out all this liquidity, and now it's continuing to the upside, creating this wick. So we can look for a continuation trades on UJ on all the GJ pairs or all the yen pairs. So let's wait for price to sweep this liquidity, and it should tap this order block and then it should continue. So you can look for entries like some of this area like this. If you look at 5 minute, then there is a breaker block, another block to the downside. Look for entry from here. Entry stop loss below this low. Target liquidity to the upside. There is imbalance above this area. So you can look for a target around 1:5, 1:4. And look for entry confirmation as a candle closure, or you can look for a structure break on 1 minute time frame, and it will continue. Gold, it's already going to the upside now. It's trying to break the structure now. It's 5 to 5 minutes. So right now we have this candle which took out the previous liquidity. So that's where we can put our stop loss. So there is imbalance below. There is imbalance below our block, which is this one. Price have swept this previous liquidity. So we know that direction is to the upside. And price have created the strong. So which is supporting our bias. Please hit the like button. Try to catch USD. US30, okay. I wanted to see a strong reaction from here to the downside, which takes which induces some candles. So that will be a good sign, and we can put a tight stop loss. US30 is consolidating. So right now it's just creating liquidity. You can look for buy side from here, from this sort of block. There is a sell side order block above the structure. So this is the order block which broke the structure but never mitigated. And there is a trend line liquidity above the structure. So you can look for a sell side from here. It's creating trend line liquidity to the above. And you can target the next liquidity or maybe the next structure, depending. Okay, this is something which we want to see. It should sweep some kind of candles and then it should give the breakout structure. Nice. It should drop, take out some candles, and then it should break. Okay, nice. We want instant moment to the upside, taking out this candle. That's when a real breakout will come. Hello, good evening. Gold, I think it should continue to the upside. So if you look at 30 minutes, then here we look at 30 minutes. Then this is a 30-minute order block. Price is creating higher highs and higher lows. But right now it's coming to the downside. Don't know why. Maybe it will tap from this order block and continue sweeping this liquidity. If this sweeps and breaks above candle, then probably we can see a big move to the upside. Price have cleared the trend line liquidity here. So what can happen is can sweep all this liquidity if this breaks, and then it will continue something like this. But if it continues from here, then we can look for a re-entry. Okay, the breakout is coming in on CADJPY, coming to the upside. If this breaks, we'll put our stop loss below this low. The momentum should be like this only. If you look at 5 minutes, so if you look at 5 minutes, price took out the previous liquidity and it should break. Here on 1 minute, we can see the momentum is coming in. Enter with less risk. So I have entered over here. Enter with 0.5% risk, okay? Please hit the like button. It will retest and it will continue from here. Okay, don't worry. Only risk 0.5%. Don't risk too much on breakouts. Okay. We are just trying to catch this momentum. Which data are you talking about? Forex data? So this is a live example here. Price created trend line liquidity and then it swept this trend line liquidity. So that's the reason we want price to create imbalances and it should not fill the imbalances. If price fills the imbalance, then our winning ratio decreases, like the winning probability decreases. Okay, this is not rocket science. You just look for red folders. If you look at red folder, so the non-farm employment change, non-farm payroll, which is also called NFP, CPI. So you can check news. So basically, the red folder is news. If you click over here, so let's see, we have news at 7:30. Let's see now this folder. Let's open this one. Okay. Now, so the actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Actual greater than forecast. So actual is greater than forecast. That is good for currency. So if it good for USD, then euro is will go down because the euro is USD is the second pair. Sorry, second currency, right? So let's see euro USD. That's why we went to the downside. If you look at DXY, then probably it will go to the okay. Actual greater than is good for currency, right? So DXY is going to the upside. That's it. USD also going to the upside now. I'll remove my order block. We can get a downside reaction from this order block now, and then it will continue. So hold the trade. Also hold the CADJPY. Don't panic. It's just retesting this, and it will continue. Okay, but it doesn't have that momentum like USD. It will go very slowly. It will go to the upside, but it will go very slowly. It's not like gold. It will just in one candle it will hit the take profit. Please hit the like button. duplicate. Everything here has consolidating. Let us see. So price did not create any liquidity. So it's just consolidating. So this is not an entry. This fig was good. Like on live, I think 90% of trades went in the profit. So I think price have tapped this breaker block and we should see a reaction. See on 5 minutes also. This candle has been fulfilled. Put your stop loss below this low. So when target hold this move. After this break, we'll go to break even. Once this high breaks, then we'll go to break even. It's almost 1 is to 2. Not 1 is to 2. We have our stop loss was originally over here. We look at 30 minutes. We can see the 30 minutes low has been swept twice. So we could get a massive reaction to the upside. We'll try to trail this move to the upside now. There will be another liquid sweep now. Price have created too much liquidity, so we can expect price to go down and tap from this order block, which is the origin order block. Momentum is coming in CADJPY. Don't go to break even immediately. So on gold, price continues to the upside. If price does not stop from here, then we can target this move to the upside. So it's around 1:6. Because price has swept the liquidity twice here, so it should continue to the upside. We can see a reaction from here, so don't put your stop loss below this low because there will be inducement, so it will take out this lows. Okay, once this breaks, then we'll put our stop loss at break even, and we can get a reaction from this order block. So don't put your stop loss below this low. Once this breaks, then we can put our stop loss below this low. Then that's how we can catch this whole move to the upside. Can I go long from now entry? On CADJPY, you can enter at this retest. Don't buy here. Look for retest from this area. Entry, stop loss below this low. And you can trade this move to the upside. That's still risky, but better than trading from here, because even if price hits your stop loss, it will be still, the stop loss will be much lower from here. So even if you enter from here, you can still risk management. You can still manage your risk from here. So you can put your stop loss at break even here. So in the morning, I have entered from here only. This is the order block which I marked, shared in the group. Next entry for gold, I think it will be from here only. We'll get some reaction from this order block. Then we can retest from this. That's when I think we'll get a new entry. You can re-enter from here also. Resistance. What is the resistance? Resistance. So on USD JPY also, let's see. Price have tapped our entry. It's continuing to the upside. I'm not in this trade, but it's going in our direction. The analysis was right. Hit the like button. कल वाला इथेरियम का ट्रेड गया वो, प्रॉफिट में गया। इथेरियम बीटीसी भी, जो मैंने बोला था रात को, प्राइस वही से गया डायरेक्टली नीचे की तरफ। ये भी जा रहा है, बट यहाँ पे मैं कंफर्म नहीं हूँ क्योंकि प्राइस ने स्ट्रक्चर ब्रेक ठीक से नहीं दिया था। ये ब्रेक होता है देन अगेन वी कैन रीटेस्ट, एंटर कर सकता है यहाँ पे। सो इफ प्राइस ब्रेक्स दिस लो, if price breaks this low, then we can look for a sell side from here to downside. CADJPY is consolidating too much. ये वीक डालता हूँ। The problem is not with CADJPY. आपने स्ट्रक्चर में अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा हायर टाइम यूज करते हो तो वो वीक ही बन जाता है, इवन इफ स्ट्रक्चर ब्रेक हुआ हो। Now if you look at 30 minutes, price have created an imbalance between the structure here on 30 minutes. So close some of your position over here, like close 50% and hold the rest, because it can retest this sort of block from here and then it can continue. Okay. So close your 50% position and hold the remaining portion to the upside. वन मिनट स्ट्रक्चर ब्रेक विक चलेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। कभी कभी तो स्ट्रक्चर ब्रेक भी नहीं हो जाता, तब भी हम लोग उस डायरेक्शन going to the upside. Yes. That's why I said close the 50% position, because it can retest, come to retest this sort of block. Now this is going to upside. So I'll explain. Let's say, for example, here price broke the structure with a, this is a 1 hour candle. Okay, price broke the structure with a 1 hour candle body. So we will not consider this as a structure break, because if you look at lower time frame, Then price went to the downside. If you go to 50 minutes, it immediately went to the double. It immediately went to the upside here. Again, so here if price gives us change of pattern, then we'll look for continuation. Let's go to 5 minute. Okay. Here also we can see this candle broke the structure with the body. So this is just a mismatch of time. So it doesn't have anything to do with the wick. So let's say here the price broke the structure with the wick. So it does not mean that it will go to the downside. So after this wick, we want price to engulf this candle. That's what shows us that it can go to the downside, something like this. But if you look at higher time frame, that's why looking at higher time frame is much more important than looking at looking at only candlesticks. So here price is going to the upside. That's why if candle closes inside the structure, it's sign of inducement, right? So let's see. Here price took out this low and then it closed and gave us a structure break to the upside. And to the upside, let's say, don't have any examples to show, but let's say price broke this candle with the candle body wick, but it went to the downside, sweeping this liquidity. So instead of looking for structure break like this, just use liquidity to mark the structure. For example, 50 minutes. We already know that price is reacting from this order block, so direction is to the upside, right? So we are not looking for structure break to look for trades. We are looking for creating, price will create liquidity, sweep, and then imbalance. For example, here price tapped this order block, created order block which took out the liquidity. So here we are looking for buy side. We are not looking for wick or anything. Even if this structure is break with a wick, we have this huge imbalance which is showing that it's going to the upside. Same thing. Price broke the structure with the wick, but we don't have any inducement on the downside or any strong low where we can look for buy side trade. And we are using this wick for a confirmation that it swept the liquidity and now it continued to upside. If I go to 1 minute, okay. So here, so this is on 2 minutes, but the same logic. Price failed to break the structure. It closed in the structure and gave this liquidity sweep, sweeping this liquidity. So a lot of people will try to sell over here. But if you look at this candle, we have higher time frame which is going to downside, which is going to upside. Price has swept some kind of liquidity, and we have this huge candle again. Price failed to break this structure, but we know that there is a lot of imbalance in the price, and it will come to fulfill this imbalance. That's why price tapped this order block and it's continuing to upside. And one more thing, when price breaks the structure, it will continue to the downside rather than, for example, let's say if this is structure and if this is a high, and if price comes to the upside, breaks the structure with a wick. So right now, if price continues to upside, it will create a candle body here. But even if price is continuing on lower time to the upside, then probably it will continue upside. But let's say if price breaks the structure and then it continues to downside, then probably it will fail to break this high. And that's when a wick, price creates a wick over here. So stop loss is at break even. Okay. I've closed 50% of trade over here. Close 50% of trade over here. I am always struggling with daily bias. Can you help with? I'm judging wrong. I don't use ICT concept that much, but I'll show you my way. For example, if price is going to the upside and you can see the structure is going to upside, but here, if you're using market structure to mark the direction, then probably you'll hit more stop losses than take profit, because in structure like this, what you have to understand is look for liquidity sweeps. For example, if price sweeps the liquidity and then breaks the structure, then instead of trying to catch all the tops and bottoms of this move, shift your focus from trading this internal structure. So let's say don't try to catch this tops and bottom like this high and low. Try to catch this move, because you already know direction, in which direction price is going to. Here we already know price have broke the structure, it's going to upside. So try to trade the internal structure in this move. Try to trade this internal structure because we already know. So let's say, let's zoom on this move. Okay, let's say zoom on this. So we know that price have created a strong low to the downside and it's going to the upside. The structure is not clear. Okay, we know price can eventually come at this order block, but right now it's going to the upside. So let's say this is on 4 hour. If you go to this area, if price is continuing upside, which is this high, creates some kind of liquidity and it sweeps the liquidity and immediately goes to downside, then you can look for a sell side after liquidity creation. Then try to, so after the structure break, if price creates another structure break and then creates liquidity and sweeps liquidity again, then you can look for this strong low. Then you can look for sell side from here to the downside, which is this move. And same thing, you have to look for buy side. So this is complicated. Once you understand the structure on lower time frame, it will be much easier for you. Okay. So if you look at 50-minute time frame, this is the candle from where price have tapped. If you look at 30 minutes, 50 minutes, we have this imbalance. And price will continue from here, and price will continue to the upside from here. So it tapped the order block and it can continue to upside. PTC. Okay. So this is live. Let's see. Right now, if you look at 5 minutes, what is more important is not this wick. Okay, important is if price fail to break structure. For example, it created this low and failed to create another low below this low. So that's what it's showing. That's so what is more important than the wick is, if you look at this structure break, this is our structure. Price failed to create another structure, which is showing now price is going downside. And let's say in 5 minutes, let's say if price goes to the upside and goes to the downside, it will sweep this liquidity. But when price goes to the upside on 5 minutes, you will see, because this happens so fast, you will see this as a wick on 5 minutes, and again it will continue downside. So right now, don't look for sell side because there is no structure. Wait for price to break this wick, create liquidity, then we can look for sell side. Okay. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like. Will candle on 50 minute, 1 minute consider strong low? 1525. 1525. Not 1525, but 1640 candle is a strong low. This is also strong low. Price broke the structure. If price fails to, if price breaks this low, then probably price will hit the stop loss and it will start to go down. So I don't think it will break this. I hope so. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. It's not about which candle closes. It's about, if you go to 5 minutes, you can see which candle is the lowest, which candle took out the liquidity. So this candle took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. That's why this is strong low. If you look at this low, it took out this high. Literally this high broke the structure. So this high and this low both were taken out by this candle. That's why this is strong low. This is also strong low, but now this have been broken and price is much lower than this one. That's why. Let's say if price takes out this low and goes to the upside, this is our strong low, right? But if price breaks this low and again breaks the structure, now this is our strong low. So we don't care about what this structure does.